Recording in progress.
Council, I've started the recording.
But no, she wasn't talking about DOT. What's going on? DOT. Oh, transit-oriented care. She did mention that to me, and I know that we were trying to pass a bill.
Good evening. We will call the Auburn City Council meeting for Monday, June 15th, 2026 to order, and we will begin with a land acknowledgement. We would like to acknowledge the federally recognized Muckleshoot Indian Tribe, the ancestral keepers of the land we are gathered on today. We thank them for their immense contributions to our state and local history, culture, economy, and identity as Washingtonians. So tonight's City Council meeting will be held both in person and virtually. And now I would like to welcome up front Troop number 48530, the Daisies that include Devlin, Kiana, Maya, Ayla, Eleanor, and Olivia. Welcome, ladies. All right, and if you would all please rise to join us in the pledge. Ladies, whenever you're ready. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. And Daisies from Troop 48530, excellent job, ladies. Thank you so much. All right, Hannah, I don't know that we can, well, we have lots of things tonight that are exciting. It's hard to top something like that. But will you please call roll?
I'm not as cute as the Girl Scout. Deputy Mayor Taylor. Here. Councilmember Ammer. Here. Councilmember Baldwin. Here. Councilmember Lott.
Here.
Councilmember Rakes.
Here.
Councilmember Sturgis. Here. Councilmember Taylor.
Here.
Thank you. All right. Next on the agenda, under announcements, mayor's proclamations, and presentations, is the excitement of a police promotional ceremony. And I am going to ask Chief Collier to come up to the podium.
All right. Well, first of all, welcome and thank you all for attending tonight. I think this is the biggest crowd we've had for a police promotional ceremony. So this public ceremony is intended to present our newest members of our leadership team to the community. It is also a way to publicly recognize the dedication of these officers to their family, their community, and their profession. So I want to start off by introducing Sergeant Josh DeRoche. Josh was raised in a military family, living in multiple places worldwide before his family settled in Washington State. He is a 2000 graduate of Curtis High School in University Place. Go Vikings. Josh joined the Auburn Police Department in 2006. Throughout his career, he has served in a variety of roles on the street, including patrol officer, field training officer, and a bicycle officer. He has served as an officer in charge, a crime scene team leader, a civil disturbance unit team leader, a firearms instructor, and a master taser instructor. Sergeant Derek Anderson was raised in the Auburn area and is a graduate of Auburn High School. Go Trojans.
Go Trojans.
Derek holds a Bachelor of Business Administration degree from Pacific Lutheran University. Derek spent time as a volunteer firefighter and EMT before recognizing the error of his ways, and he joined the Auburn Police Department in 2008. Derek has worked as a patrol officer for several years before moving to the traffic unit in 2013. Derek has worked as a crime scene team member, collision investigator, and a motorcycle officer. He is a certified collision reconstructionist and is an instructor for police motorcycle operations, and is also an emergency vehicle operations course instructor, teaching other police officers how to drive. Derek also helped fund our traffic school program, in case you were lucky enough to attend. Anyone? No. And our department UAV or drone program. Commander Brian Anderson has been with the Auburn Police Department since July of 2007. As a patrol officer, he was a member of the crime scene response team, the Auburn Police firearms staff, and the Valley SWAT team. In 2015, he was assigned as a member of the community response team unit in admin services. After that 3-year assignment, he spent a short time back in the patrol division as a temporary sergeant, and then was selected to the detective division and assigned to the property crimes unit. Brian was promoted to a sergeant in May of 2021 and has served in the patrol division and administrative services. He was made a temporary commander in January of this year until his permanent appointment in May. Brian, in addition to being a commander, will also oversee our K-9 unit, civil disturbance unit, he's our PSER and radio liaison, and oversees our respirator program. Okay, so now I'm going to issue the oath of honor. If let's see, best viewing. Let's see, let's turn this one. Oh, we're trying to do a hybrid here. All right, so I'll have you all raise your right hand, just repeat after me. Today I pledge my commitment.
Today I pledge my commitment
To the Auburn Police Department.
to the Auburn Police Department
And the City of Auburn.
and the City of Auburn.
On my honor.
On my honor,
I will never betray my badge.
I will never betray my badge,
My integrity.
my integrity,
My character.
my character,
Or the public trust.
or the public trust.
I value leadership.
I value leadership,
And I accept the tremendous responsibility.
and I accept the tremendous responsibility
That comes with that privilege.
that comes with that privilege.
I will always demonstrate the courage.
I will always demonstrate the courage
To hold myself and others accountable.
to hold myself and others accountable.
I will uphold the Constitution of the United States.
I will uphold the Constitution of the United States
And the state of Washington.
and the state of Washington,
As well as the mission.
as well as the mission,
The guiding principles.
the guiding principles,
And the history of the Auburn Police Department.
and the history of the Auburn Police Department
To the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability,
So help me God.
so help me God.
Okay, and now comes the pinning of the badge. The tradition of badge pinning is a significant one. It is one of the traditions where we visibly and clearly bring a loved one up to publicly demonstrate their support for their law enforcement officer. This support is essential as our officers can't do this difficult job without strong support from family and friends. The badge itself represents the authority granted by our community to law enforcement officers. It is in the shape of a shield signifying our core responsibility to protect those who cannot protect themselves. So start for Commander Brian Anderson. I'll have you step over here, Brian, and I'll call up his wife, Lynette, and family. right, and for Sergeant Derek Anderson, I'll call up his wife, Katie. All right, and for Sergeant DeRoche, I'll call up his wife, Leslie, and children. Okay. And with that, I'd like to present the newest leaders within the Auburn Police Department, Commander Brian Anderson, Sergeant Derek Anderson, and Sergeant Josh DeRoche.
Chief, do we want to take a 5-minute break for photos?
Yes, if we can, Mayor,
All right.
thank you.
We will adjourn for 5 minutes.
Congratulations.
Just right out.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Family is welcome to come up.
And then we'll get in one as well.
Yeah, I like that. I see Ken, they have the council there.
Yeah, we'll go down and get in one of the photos with them as well.
They're gonna do family first? Yeah. Okay. No, I know, that's why I'm moving right now.
I know. Mayor is really good. Okay, bye.
All right, scoot in, scoot in, scoot in. Ready? 1, 2, 3. More, 1, 2, 3. Perfect. If you want photos of your family on this camera, just put it on. I'm going to put this in your All right, we're all going to scoot in for this one.
I'm right here, I just put my phone down. Yeah, to a side, you will look more to the left. Sure, you want me to go there?
Does Chief want to be in this one or just council? All right. Can we just scoot just a little bit more? Tighten down. Squeeze. Perfect. Squeeze in. Okay. Perfect. Ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
Everybody got the ones they need? Family photos?
Yes, so, just tell them there, I'll put these on. Leslie.
I wish I'd seen more.
Everybody in, let's go.
I'll guys get back.
You want me to take one yourself like this?
Because it's, no, I didn't see it. I went to Hawkers. I was talking to the man. I was like, kind of expecting to see something. You know, the bartenders over there. They're saying, "They're from the area."
Going on to a nice camera too.
One more, Katie.
1, 2, 3. One more. Perfect.
No, don't. He's not quite cool. You're like, I know they are. They got leaks. Two of them make it fantastic. Like, somebody went crazy. Like, some good beer pizzas and video games, desserts, and
Have a wonderful night. Congratulations again. Thank you.
to the originally scheduled program.
Back to our regularly scheduled program.
I want to walk here. I walked into the bar thinking they did.
Dragon breath.
All they did was take the photo.
Yeah, feel it.
Right. We will call the meeting back to order. And also under announcements and mayor's proclamations, I have two proclamations this evening, even though your agendas may say only Juneteenth. We do have two, but I'll head over to the podium. The first proclamation is for Juneteenth, and I would like to invite Commissioner Joseph Todd from the African American Affairs and Representative from the 47th District, Deborah Entman, to join me, please. And if you'd both like a copy, I can get another copy for you.
I would like.
Okay, all right. Mayor's Proclamation. Whereas Juneteenth, celebrated annually on June 19th, commemorates the announcement of the freedom of enslaved people in Texas following the Emancipation Proclamation and the end of the Civil War. And whereas the delivery of General Order No. 3 by General Gordon Granger on that day quickly turned June 19th into an annual day of celebration and remembrance known as Emancipation Day, starting in Texas and over the years carried nationwide by descendants of the freed African Americans. Whereas in 1980, Texas became the first state to designate Juneteenth a state holiday, with most all of the 50 states eventually following suit. And in 2021, President Joe Biden signed the bill to make Juneteenth a federal holiday. And whereas Juneteenth, as it is now known, is one of the nation's oldest national days of remembrance and has been recognized for over 150 years as America's second Independence Day, and is receiving greater attention as it earns its rightful place in the American story. Whereas Juneteenth is a day to recognize the contributions and achievements that Black Americans have made in our city, our state, and country, and commit to working together to ensure that equal access and opportunities towards equality continue. Now, therefore, I, Nancy Backus, Mayor of the City of Auburn, do hereby proclaim June 19th, 2026 to be Juneteenth 2026 in the City of Auburn, and urge all residents to reflect on the ongoing cause of freedom for Black Americans and reaffirm our commitment to stamp out racism within our communities and institutions in securing freedom and equality for all. Dated this 15th day of June, 2026. Would either of you like to say a few words?
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor Backus and members of the council and folks on the dais. I just want to say I had a wonderful opportunity to speak earlier, but I just want us to remember that the second Independence Day was delayed information. We can no longer delay information to those who need it so that they can fulfill the dream of being a full American citizen. Thank you for this opportunity.
It's kind of funny. So I'm a deputy city manager for the city of Bellevue for my day job, and I find myself back in a council meeting. We actually on recess this week. But I just wanted to say, council members, have the courage to keep fighting for change.
Thank you both for being here, not only for the proclamation, but for our flag raising this evening. It added a tremendous deal to our event. And thank you again to Nia for your great work in making this all happen. Yes, I think that deserves some applause. All right, we have another mayor's proclamation, and this one was brought to our attention by Councilmember Rakes. And it is Mayor's Proclamation. Whereas the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence and the formation of the United States of America will occur on July 4th, 2026. And whereas this anniversary is an opportunity for our city leadership to reflect on our nation's history, honor the sacrifices of those who have defended our freedoms, and inspire our future generation to engage in civic life and public service. And whereas the Washington State Historical Society has a mission to partner with our communities to explore how history connects us all, and has a directive to assist and encourage cultural and historic organizations and efforts throughout the state. And whereas preserving, studying, celebrating, and appreciating our shared history helps strengthen communities as we work together towards the ideals of liberty and equality embedded in the Declaration of Independence. And whereas the city of Auburn has contributed proudly and significantly to the history of the United States of America and the state of Washington for more than 164 years. And now, therefore, I, Nancy Backus, Mayor of the City of Auburn, call upon all community members in Auburn to observe July 4th, 2026 as America 250 and encourage all residents to recognize and support this commemoration through participation in activities and programs that honor our shared history and inspire future generations. Dated this 15th day of June, 2026. And this is a reminder that we must remember all history, good and bad. We cannot shy away from the tragedies that have faced our country. We must remember them so we don't repeat them. Thank you. All right. Hannah, do we have any agenda modifications this evening?
Yes, Your Honor. The America 250 proclamation was added, as well as an executive session, and resolution number 5912 was removed from the agenda.
Okay. 5912 was removed? Okay, thank you. All right, this evening we do have a public hearing. Public hearing for the 2027 through 2032 Transportation Improvement Program. City Council to hold a public hearing in consideration of that program. Is there a staff report?
No staff report tonight. We did discuss this with the council at the May 26th study session.
Thank you. Council, before we begin the hearing, are there any questions that you have of staff? All right. I will open the public hearing for the 2027 through 2032 Transportation Improvement Program. Is there anyone that would like to speak during this public hearing? Is there anyone that would like to speak during the public hearing for the Transportation Improvement Plan? One final time, is there anyone that would like to speak to the 2027 through 2032 Transportation Improvement Program? Yes. Right after this. Right after this. All right, since I don't see or hear, and there's no one online tonight, is that correct? All right, I will close the public hearing for the 2027 through 2032 Transportation Improvement Program. Now we will move to public comment. This is a place on the agenda where the public is invited to speak to the City Council on any issue. The public can participate in person or submit written comments in advance. Hannah, did we have anyone submit written comments this week? All right, and we have no one online for public comment. All right, we will open it up to in-person public comment. I ask that you raise your hand and you come forward to the podium, give your name, city of residence for the record. Please limit comments to 3 minutes, and Hannah will have a handy-dandy clock that will help you see what your time is, because at the end of those 3 minutes, I will ask you to wrap up your comments. Is there anyone that would like to speak this evening? Yes, sir, please come forward.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Monty Turner. I'm an Auburn resident. I'm here to oppose continuation of the license plate readers in the city of Auburn in any form. I recognize some value to our valued law enforcement people that were just here, but I believe the risk to Auburn residents is not worth it. I just can't compare the advantage of getting a few stolen cars back quickly or finding criminals easily to the risk of someone having their entire life stolen because of inadvertent use of that information by federal agencies. I don't believe that Auburn's past response to limit access to camera data by federal agencies is adequate, nor is the recent tweaking of regulations by the Washington State Legislature adequate. There's also a basic disconnect between the values of this city that have been so eloquently stated here tonight and last month for the Pride event of inclusivity, welcoming to all, and the Pride flag raising in contrast to a technology that is being used to discriminate against specific parts of our population, whether that's inadvertent or not. With the spread of AI and the new version of Flock that aggregates all information about all people, I believe none of us are safe. Am I going to be a future target because of my participation in tonight's event, along with all these radical people? I represent Seniors for Democracy, which is a group of 50 seniors in the Lee Hill retirement community. We collect funds and food to help people in Auburn who are too traumatized and afraid to shop for themselves or to send their kids to school. We oppose any actual or perceived threats to the immigrants who grow and harvest our food, care for us as seniors in retirement communities, or those of us who live on our own. We will be watching your actions on this issue, and as you know, seniors as a group vote in greater proportion than most other age groups. We believe the best safeguards are follow the lead of other cities in Washington, shut off the cameras, use the money saved to fund other priorities, which I'm sure there are many. I thank you for your work in guiding our city and for considering my comments. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to speak this evening? Yes, please come forward, sir, and then Vicki, you'll be. Excuse me.
Thank you very much, Mayor Bacchus, members of the City Council. My name is Jeff Wright. I'm a proud resident of Auburn for the last 20 years. I'm here this evening to voice my strong concern about the use of ALPR technology in Auburn, specifically the use of flock safety ALPR systems. In the very best of times, the use of such technology should be subject at an absolute minimum to strict administrative, legal, and legal oversight, including regular audits and ethics reviews of every individual with access to these systems. And yet, just last week, 404 Media published another in a growing list of articles that expose the abuse of ALPRs across the United States. Now, maybe this is not a problem in Auburn, but without that oversight, without those audits and without those reviews, we will just never know. Transparency portals are nice, but they're not enough. It is especially unfortunate that the measures of oversight, audits, and ethics reviews are not in place in Auburn, because every other city in the United States that has conducted a non-police, non-user audit of their flock systems has uncovered not just misuse and abuse by local users, but also unauthorized access by federal agencies. It is not enough to clarify what sharing options Auburn PD selects or does not select. It's similarly not enough that Washington state law limits retention of flock data for only 21 days. Flock Safety, the company owns all the data captured by its cameras, including the ones here in Auburn, and all data means all data, not just license plates. Flock owns everything the camera captures and can use these data as they see fit. Reread the contract if we need to. As of now, Flock's license is perpetual. It doesn't expire when the contract ends, and Clause B allows Flock to use all customer data, including footage and frame captures for its own product development. No restrictions, no limitations. It is well documented and reported that since at least 2024, multiple federal government agents have and continue to use Flock data to identify and track people without due process. No warrant, no probable cause, often without even suspicion of wrongdoing. A nationwide surveillance network that none of us wanted, none of us consented to or voted for, is all but fully in place now, and Flock is part of its critical infrastructure. This unconstitutional, essentially illegal surveillance by the government against private citizens violates our right to privacy and puts us all at risk of being targeted for any purpose, whether political views, our religious beliefs or non-belief, or even our race or ethnicity. I respectfully call on the City Council and the Mayor to take steps to protect the citizens of Auburn from federal government overreach and illegal surveillance before it's too late. I do call on you to follow the lead of at least 10 other cities and 1 county in Washington and nearly 100 cities across the United States and urgently remove ALPR technology, specifically flock safety cameras from Auburn. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. In January of this year, on
I need
behalf
your
of...
name and residence.
Thank you for that. Really bad at beginnings and endings. Vicki Bates, 26-year resident of Auburn. In January of this year, on behalf of Indivisible Auburn's leadership team, I provided a letter to the mayor calling out concerns around the use of automated license plate readers, Flock in Auburn, and asking them to be discontinued. This came after reporting that Auburn PD was one of 8 departments in the state whose data was open to Customs and Border Patrol. In March, you might remember I spoke at a city council meeting reiterating these concerns. Since then, I've heard other Auburn residents make similar calls at this podium as I viewed public comment online. In March, an interested group from Auburn Indivisible met with city and police representatives to learn more about the implementation and use of ALPRs in our city. And since that time, we've had the passage of Senate Bill 6002. Given new regulations, I assume Auburn Police Department is no longer sharing data with agencies outside of Washington state and is observing the new data retention requirements. Despite these measures, I continue to be concerned about the use of these tools in the context of a growing surveillance state and a federal government targeting citizens who do not align with their goals and beliefs. It's possible now to collect audio data in Flock. Now another company, Signal Trace, proposes to add Bluetooth and Wi-Fi sensors to ALPR technology so that ALPRs can capture unique identifiers from phones, smartwatches, any device in the car, linking those folks to the license plate, not just the driver, but think about that, every passenger, including children. While Washington state law doesn't allow sharing with out-of-state agencies, the Flock tool itself connects data nationwide. Our contractual agreement allows them to release our footage to law enforcement authorities, government officials, and our third parties, I'm quoting, if Flock has a, quote, good faith belief that it's necessary. We're in a time where good faith is really hard for me to assume. Recent national reporting indicates the FBI is seeking to build a nationwide network of license plate reader data, specifically naming Flock Safety as a key partner in this new network. The Department of Health and Human Services is seeking to obtain the health data, the private health data of all Americans to integrate with technology across federal agencies. While law enforcement agencies tout these as a valuable tool, ALPRs are now a universal tracker of everyone's movements. Just think for a moment of how our movements are tracked: where we shop, where we work, where we go to school, where we worship, where we go to the doctor, where we socialize or vacation. At a time when the federal government and big tech companies are pulling every lever possible to obtain and integrate data on every resident of this country, we cannot contribute our data. At a time when anti-democracy movements around the world seek to pit us against each other as a means to consolidate power, we cannot risk scapegoating our most vulnerable and marginalized residents in our community. Indivisible Auburn continues to request Auburn discontinue its use of ALPRs. In the immediate, I request the city conduct a transparent and broadly communicated effort to alert its citizens of the surveillance here.
Thank you. Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to speak this evening? Sir in the black shirt, and then Rocky.
Council and Mayor, can you hear me? Oops. And Mayor, thanks for listening to my comment today. My name is Ken Blevins. I'm a new resident to Auburn. I lived in Federal Way for 53 years, and it's different. So I love my home. I think it's just a great city. I've always heard good things about Auburn. But there's a few things that I've noticed so far. Speed cameras with the little teeny speed signs, no good. Every other city has giant signs, not little ones. And if you go there at night, you barely know that it's there. Let's say you're just out of town, you're just there. If your light shines on it, then you know. but you still don't know what it is. It's just a picture of a camera. It could be anything, really. So I know it's a camera because I know it's a camera. You guys said there was a camera there. A lot of people don't know that. I think speeding is not that great. I think it's good that we keep speeds to where they're safe, and as long as it's for safety, that's good. If this is a revenue thing, I'm not for it, and I'm going to be really against it. But those signs need to be bigger. They need to be posted a little bit in advance. Federway does orange signs. They do multiple ones. Kent, right down the road, they do big signs. It's small. And I called someone about it. They just seemed to, so I don't know about that. Anybody can chat GPT it, and you know what it is. There are guidelines to follow, and it's not following the guidelines. So I'd like that to be checked out and fixed. So this flock camera thing, I mean, come on, guys. Chat GPT. Everybody has Google. That's what all this is, all information. There's a 112% increase in car thefts in just 2020 alone. It's because laws made it so hard for cops to actually go against people doing that. And it's not just a few people getting their cars stolen. It's not cool when your car gets stolen. I was here for just maybe a month and someone stole my trailer right in front of my face. And with those cameras, those thieves could have been caught with my trailer only. They didn't have license plates on their car, and they had masks on. So welcome to Auburn. I don't want that. Nobody wants their car stolen. And think about other people. I mean, your car's stolen, that's a big part of your life. You can't get to work. You can't get your kids to school. The flock cameras aren't looking at your face. It's just like the speed cameras or the red light cameras. They don't get your face. You can't use that in court, right? You can't use it anywhere else. No, they don't. So look at the law. You can say that you weren't there, and they say, oh, well, we have no proof of it. You can't look at your face in that. So they're not looking at that. They don't look at who's in the car. They don't look at they're illegal or not illegal in our country. That's not what they're here for. They're here to help us from thieves and criminals. And I hope that Indivisible's not for criminals, but it sounds like they are. But I know that Indivisible is also people that are kind of,
need you to wrap up.
A little bit much. So thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, Rocky. Excuse me.
Thank you. Rocky, resident of Auburn. Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'm here tonight to implore you to cancel and not renew contracts with automated license plate reader companies such as Flock, Axon, Signal Trace, etc., until we develop an ordinance that places significant guardrails on these ALPRs, AI, and surveillance technology going forward. This is in order to ensure the safety of all Auburn citizens. I've stood in front of this council at least once per month since December 2025, bringing credible news and information to light about why this technology should not be used in our city. While there has been some movement from the council, a request from Councilmember Lott to take a look at third-party auditing, which was approved, but the discussion moved to a date to be determined by Deputy Mayor Taylor. Thank you, Councilmember Lott, for doing that. But it's not enough. ALPR technology is currently being deployed with no safeguards and little to no accountability for those who implement it. I have provided news articles describing scenarios where law enforcement has abused the ALPR system, how Flock themselves has disregarded their own software settings by allowing law enforcement agencies outside of authorized partners to have access, and now ALPRs will soon have the potential to capture Bluetooth signals from phones, earphones, watches, and any other personally identifying Bluetooth device, further expanding the reach into my privacy and the privacy of us all. This is not okay, period. I do not want any of my tax dollars spent on this technology, no matter where it comes from. I do not want my travel patterns to be captured, documented, stored, and accessible for any reason by law enforcement. Law enforcement should not have the capability to know and understand my travel patterns without probable cause and a warrant signed by a judge. They should not have the capability to hear my conversations because these cameras can be listening for possible gunshots or other suspicious sounds, which means they're recording all the time. And they should not have the capability to track me using my personal devices simply because I drive by those cameras. You all say you want transparency and accountability, but slow roll when it comes time to get to work. You say you want to protect the community, but allow infrastructure that will ultimately take our freedom. I say this again. The use of this technology is a serious breach of our Fourth Amendment, and these contracts should be canceled immediately. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to speak? Yes, please come forward. Name and city of residence for the record, and please limit comments to 3 minutes.
Hello, Council. Can you hear me? My name's Cor. I've lived in Auburn most of my life, and I would like to request that we cancel the contracts with flock cameras. They've already been used in stalking, wrongful arrest, and imprisonment, and they're vulnerable to hacking. So far, at least 18 police officers have used this tech to stalk their exes or other people they want to harm and intimidate. 1 in 11 officers have domestic abuse on their records, and 12% admit to committing domestic violence. I have been stalked, I have been harassed, and I don't feel safe having flock cameras watching all of my movements, all of my female friends' movements. Facial recognition is a flawed technology that has already resulted in false imprisonment. It fails, but it gives people a false sense of confidence in its results. These cameras are vulnerable to hacking. Hackers can zoom in and see details as detailed as pins, passwords, and private messages. And also, people willing to commit crimes have ways of getting around something like a license plate reader, as was just said earlier. I don't have confidence that this tech will reduce crimes. I think it puts us all at risk, and there is some data as to what could reduce crimes. We could instead use this money to put towards housing and social services that will improve the health of our communities and prevent people from engaging in theft, drug use, and violence. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to speak this evening? Final time, is there anyone else that would like to speak this evening? All right, we will move on from public comment. Hannah, do we have any correspondence? No. All right, moving to the consent agenda. All matters listed on the consent agenda are considered by the City Council to be routine and will be enacted by one motion in the form listed. Is there a motion? Deputy Mayor Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve the consent agenda, please.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Ammer.
I second, Mayor.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. The consent agenda consists of minutes of the May 18th and June 1st, 2026 City Council meetings, minutes from the May 26th and June 8th study session meeting, also setting the date for the public hearing for Astound Broadband LLC franchise agreement, payroll vouchers as listed in the agenda.
Thank you. Is there any comment from the finance special focus area?
No comment, Mayor.
Thank you. All right. Are there any questions or comments or any items on the agenda that you would wish to remove for separate consideration? All those in favor of the consent agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. The consent agenda passes. All right, we have no unfinished business or new business. Moving to ordinances, ordinance number 7018, an ordinance granting to Lake Meridian Water District, a Washington Municipal Corporation, a franchise for water facilities. Is there a motion? Councilmember Baldwin.
Thank you, Mayor. I would move to approve ordinance number 7018.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Rakes.
I second that, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Baldwin.
Thank you. This ordinance would allow Lake Meridian Water District to continue to operate existing water facilities in the public ways within the Auburn city limits. Lake Meridian currently provides potable water service for human consumption or other domestic use, including residential, commercial, and wholesale use, and fire suppression purposes within the portion of Lake Meridian's water service boundary area that is within Auburn city limits. Thank you.
Thank you. Questions or comments from council? All those in favor of ordinance number 7018, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Ordinance number 7018 passes. Resolutions. Resolution number 5894, a resolution adopting the 2026 Community Development Block Grant Annual Action Plan for the consolidated plan years 2025 through 2029. Is there a motion? Councilmember Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. I move that we adopt Resolution 5894.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Ammer.
I second.
Thank you. Councilmember Taylor.
Thank you. Resolution 5894 would authorize the mayor or designee to submit the plan to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, which is HUD, and execute all administrative procedures and agreements to carry out directions of the legislation.
Thank you. Questions or comments? All those in favor of resolution number 5894, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Resolution number 5894 passes. Resolution number 5909, a resolution approving and adopting the 2027 through 2032 Transportation Improvement Program of the City of Auburn. Is there a motion? Councilmember Rakes.
I move to approve.
Your microphone, please.
I move to approve resolution number 5909.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Ammer.
I second.
Thank you. Councilmember Rakes.
The Transportation Improvement Program, TIP, is multi-year planning document for the development of transportation facilities within the city. RCW 35.77.010 requires it to be amended by June 30th each year.
Thank you. Questions or comments? All those in favor of resolution number 5909, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Resolution number 5909 passes. Moving to resolution number 5913, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement between the City of Auburn and the Office of Public Defense to accept and expend grant funds for public defense services. Is there a motion? Councilmember Sturgis.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt Resolution 5913.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Taylor. He beat you.
I second that motion, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Sturgis.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution 5913 would authorize the city to accept the $60,400 in grant funding from the Washington State Office of Public Defense, Simple Possession Advocacy and Representation, also known as SPAR, program for public defense representation and consultation on certain drug possession and public use cases.
Thank you. Are there questions or comments from council? All those in favor of resolution number 5913, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Resolution number 5913 passes. All right, as Hannah said earlier, there were two amendments to tonight's agenda, one being the second proclamation, but we also have need for an executive session. So the City Council will adjourn into executive session per RCW 42.30.110 sub 1 sub I to discuss with legal counsel representing the agency litigation or potential litigation to which the agency is or is likely to become a party when public knowledge regarding the discussion is likely to result in adverse legal or financial consequences to the agency. The length of the time for the executive session is 20 minutes. We will resume at 7, I'm going to give us a couple minutes to get back there at 7:13. 8:13, sorry, yes. Got the minutes right, I got the hour wrong. In addition to myself and the City Council, City Attorney Jason Whalen, Public Works Director Ingrid Gaub, and Public Works Assistant Director Jacob Sweeting will be required to attend. The council may take action in open session following the executive session, but it is not definite. All right, we will adjourn to executive session.
Mayor, your cup tipped over.
All right. We'll call the meeting back to order. And there being no further, do we want to do council reports tonight?
Okay, no, I will read it next week.
We are going to forego council and mayor reports this evening. We are adjourned.